success, the Zips faltered and lost tight contests at Cleveland State and Austin Peay. They returned home to face Morehead State, attempting to reestablish the team's momentum. Wayne Pierce scored 3 buckets, and Tim Spikes added a stuff as the Zips took command early. The Eagles, who were in the middle of a late-season surge, then began to take control of the contest. Outshooting the Zips 58 to 38%, Morehead State cruised to a 10-point halftime lead and won 80 to 59. Jakubik led Akron with 24 points, but 3 Eagles, led by all OVC guard Guy Minifield, hit for double figures to down the Zips. The next evening, Eastern Kentucky's Colonels came to Memorial Hall. The Zips, the Colonels, and Tennessee Tech were locked in a 3-way struggle for the final 2 OVC playoff berths. Wayne Pierce hit 2 quick field goals to get Akron started, but the Colonels stayed close and led by 2 at the half. Joe Jakubik had for him a mediocre first half, canning only 4 of 12 shots. Rick Acord's 3-point bomb got the Zips back in front after intermission, and then JJ went to work. Jakubik knifed through the EKU defense for 28 second-half points, including an amazing 10 of 13 from the floor. Another Acord bomb with 6 minutes to go gave the Zips a 6-point bulge, and Akron held off the Colonels to win 80 to 74. Early in the second half of the loss at Notre Dame, senior center Tim Spikes went down with a sprained ankle, an injury that plagued the Zips for the next 3 contests. After a tough defeat at Evansville, the Zips came home to Memorial Hall for the final time ever. Before a live TV audience and a standing room-only crowd, many of Akron's past Cage stars gathered to say goodbye to Memorial Hall and cheer the Zips on to a win over Youngstown State. The Penguins were smarting from an earlier overtime defeat by the Zips. YSU threw a defensive net over Joe Jakubik, limiting him to 10 points on 3 for 15 shooting. YSU's Troy Williams and 7-footer Ricky Tunstall shot the Penguins into an early lead. Jakubik, despite heavy defensive pressure, still managed 8 first-half markers to pull the Zips within 3 points at halftime. But without the experience of Tim Spikes at the pivot, the Zip offense struggled to find the open man. YSU surged to its largest lead midway through the second half on balanced scoring. Trailing by 9, the Zips began to close the gap on Kurt Schaefer's picture book reverse layup. Rick Acord followed with 6 straight points on a bomb and an inside 3-point play to cut the margin to 1. But the Zips then went ice cold, and YSU held on to win 52 to 48. The Zips had finished with a 7-7 mark in the Ohio Valley Conference, and Coach Bob Rupert's early season prediction that 7 wins would put Akron in the playoffs came true. For a team tabbed for the cellar in preseason, the Zips had already exceeded most expectations, but there was one more surprise left. The OVC tournament was played in Murray State's Racer Arena. The 4th-place Zips were paired off against the regular season champion Racers in one semifinal contest. Jamie Souther scored first to give the Zips an early lead. Both teams were shooting poorly, but Murray's Glenn Green slammed one home to give the Racers a 6-point edge. Buckets by Rick Acord and Tim Spikes got the Zips within 4 at intermission. Faced with a hostile crowd and a talented Murray State team on its home floor, the Zips battled to stay close. When Lamont Sleets canned a circus fall-away jumper to put Murray up by 9 with 10 minutes left, things looked dark for the blue and gold. But Joe Jakubik buried a 25-foot-plus jumper, and Kurt Schaefer hit a reverse layup and a tip-in to rally the Zips. As Jakubik canned 11 of 11 second-half free throws, and the rest of the Zips began going to the hoop, Akron finally took the lead on Rick Acord's 2 foul shots. JJ's 3-point play with 52 seconds left put Akron up by 4, and the Zips held on to win 65-61. Racer fans were stunned, and the Akron Zips had their biggest win ever in the OVC. In the other semifinal contest, Morehead State's Guy Minifield sank a jumper at the buzzer to beat Tennessee Tech and put the Eagles in the final against the Zips. With an NCAA tourney berth at stake, the 2 teams met before a sparse crowd at Racer Arena the following evening. Morehead's Earl Harrison opened the contest with a slam dunk, but Jakubik answered with a 3-point play on a drive and 3-throw to give the Zips an early lead. Morehead stormed ahead on strong inside play to a 10-point cushion midway through the half. Once again, J.J. rose to the challenge with 19 first-half points, and Rick Acord's 10-footer drew Akron within 1 at intermission. The Zips, who had lost to the Eagles twice during the season, had to feel confident with 20 minutes to go. Jakubik opened the second period with a driving layup to give Akron the lead, and 3 minutes later, Tim Spikes tallied on a power move to put the Zips ahead for the final time. Moorhead's Guy Minifield took control with 20 second-half points, and the stronger, taller Eagles drew away from the Zips to a 10-point lead. With 6.5 minutes to go, Jakubik's 18-footer cut the lead to 7, but the Zips could get no closer. Moorhead shot an amazing 72% from the field for the game and pulled away in the final minutes to win 81-65. While a late-season slump caused the Zips to finish under 500 at 14-15, Akron coach Bob Rupert reflects on some of the positive aspects of the 82-83 campaign.
We felt when the year started that we could get in the playoffs, and we felt if we got in the playoffs that would be our big goal in the league. We did achieve that, and perhaps we went a little farther by beating Murray on their floor and getting in the finals than we really intended. So I think it was a good year. It was a good setting for what will take place this year.
The 1983-84 season will see the Zips entertain foes in a new 7,000-seat health and physical education complex. Next year, the Zips will also field a veteran squad, losing only senior center Tim Spikes. 6'8", 235-pound Sandusky, Ohio product Brian Roth is expected to anchor the pivot, providing Akron with plenty of inside strength. 4 other new recruits, 6'7" John Ash from Canton South, 6'4" John Lawyer from Galleon, 5'11" guard Russell Brown of Saginaw, Michigan, and 6'10" pivot prospect John Gordon of Florida will blend with the other returnees to give the blue and gold cause for optimism next season.
I think with playing 15 or 16 home games that we would hope that we could win, 17 games this season and get in the top 4. It's hard to say project yourself into a first, second, or third position. There's so much that can happen in this conference. So I would think that if we can once again get in the playoffs, win 16, 17, 18 ball games, that would be our goal this year. And I think the major feeling now that we've made the transition into Division I, that there's going to be a great resurgence, particularly with the new facility that we talked about earlier. And I think that we will see people coming back to see Akron basketball. I think we'll see the quality keep getting better. There are a lot of good players in this area. It's a great recruiting area, and I see it on a complete upswing and getting better, and hopefully before too long we can get a team in the NCAA tournament.